the World Cup
Exactly, which is a major
on
point.
several occasions. When the game becomes a business in your country and is big enough that every nation comes to trade their players to make money in your country, and it's developed scientifically to the extent that in some of the universities they're producing sports scientists to the extent of producing professors of football in Brazil and all that, and they make it a culture and a tradition in the country to be very, very good on the game. Then you know what will happen. You will have each time the big countries gather, you will come with something surprising. You will come with something that you have to show, different from the African nations where the game is still developing. We're trying, but we must have to do more. That, like in Asia now, the lowest, you know, we came close to winning the World Cup or getting to the finals with Ghana. You understand me? At the
penalty.
end, the penalty that the guy threw away was unbelievable.
Very, very
yes, I was on my seat. I was shaking. Coyote.
But can you blame
Yes.
the player for missing a penalty, no matter what circumstance?
You are not going to blame any player for missing penalty, but you can some kind of utter some words. You understand when you see that the person is clearly agitated and anxious. You know, Asamoah Gyan wanted to score at all costs. This was why he wasn't calm. He wasn't calm. But when football becomes a thing that science comes into it, nutrition, psychology, technicalities developed, you understand me, to the advanced level, the players develop to the advanced level that they become so proficient in the game, and the coaches too are well developed themselves, and the league in the country is well funded and everything comes in, then you have no less than produce a wonderful league. And at the end of the day, you produce very creative players to compete at the highest level of every competition on earth.
How long is it going to take on Africa? Let's concentrate on Africa. How long do you think it's going to take Africa to win this World Cup?
Like about some 20 years back, Pelé said that it won't be too long. That maybe after 3 or 4 World Cups.
His predictions wrong.
No. He's not getting it wrong.
Okay.
He got it right. Haven't seen the vision, the realization. Yes, the realization of the vision is what we're talking about now. Pelé can tell you that there's possibility, there's great potential for you to be able to achieve this feat, winning the World Cup or going and getting a lot of gold medals and all that in the Olympics. It is left for you to hear this and to start to ask questions and to put your house in order and to know the need that you have to be able to achieve this feat. I have always known that Nigeria has great potential. You understand me? But yeah, potential is not a fulfilled condition for you to be able to win, the World Cup. You must do something to be able to win it. This is why we must develop the players. You understand me? You must develop their creativity. You understand me? The tactical aspect of the game must be given to the African players too as education, so that they can be able to compete at the highest level.
All right, you lifted the World Cup.
Yes.
You are a coach who won the World Cup with your youths.
Yes.
So what? Okay, we know there are different FIFA World Cup under 17.
Yes.
It's different from the main thing.
Yes.
But what did you guys, Monique, what did you do right? What was different?
The difference here is that if I have to digress a bit, there is 4 levels of this.
Okay.
The level where you are young, between 1 and let's say about 6 or 7, where you train for the fun of it. Then when you go past that age to like about 13, you train to compete. Then when you go to the high performance, once you get to 18 years old above, you understand me, you start to train as to compete. Then you get to the high performance level. The high performance level will only take into consideration those that are well developed. So what we had at that level was we had speed, we had strength, we had individual technical abilities, we had some level of exposure going to some little competitions in Europe here and there, when Nigeria used to be what it was then, when you're talking about development of youths, because we have the Ministry for Youth and Social Youth Development and all that. So we had youth fund then, and we're playing a lot of youth competitions, so it was easy for us to be able to accomplish that feat. But over the years, this thing has been taken totally away from the equation.
As a coach,
Yes.
As a coach, you two young lads with your colleagues
Yes.
to win this World Cup.
Yes.
It's interesting. Spain was here; they couldn't win. No, not here. We defeated them in the final, but their players now went all the way. So what is it? What's strong? I mean, we won the under-17 title, yet we couldn't take it to the next level. What exactly?
The thing is that when you come from the junior level to the high performance department, science comes in. You understand me? A lot of things, nutrition, psychology, sports psychology, everything that you can think of, conditioning, all that you can think of.
So they do it, we don't.
We don't. We grow with talent and we play all our lives with talent, but they develop the talent to become profitable for usage. This is the difference, and most of the players are educated players, on the game, while we grow wild. You are not going to compare the grass that is used in Europe to play, that is developed, with the one that grows wild. You understand? And yet you can still play on top. There's difference between both.
Okay, so I'm going to come to Unduka again after this timeout with a very interesting question. Join us after that.
Gaucho or Gaucho culture. Ready for the off. Nigeria hoping to join Argentina in the last 16. Mascherano into the stride of Di Maria. Somehow it stayed out, but the Sterling goes in. And you know who's done the job? Lionel Messi again. One day on from Messi's 27th birthday. You can see what it means to him. Argentina flying out of the traps. Nigeria trying to get bodies forward at pace, and Argentina looking a bit exposed. Musa was in position, the shot does come in, and how about that for a response? Ahmed Musa. It's a remarkable start. Just what Stephen Keshi and Nigeria needed. Exhilarating.
The responsive sides when they go behind is always important. Their teams have got real confidence.
Messi, lovely pass, and Yama tries to narrow the angle, didn't give Higuain very much to shoot at, and it goes begging.
Too big a gap. Ambrose sells himself. As I said, he's coming inside. It was borderline offside. It was a tight call.
29 years of age, the Manchester City player. Aguero, Higuain, Di Maria. All it needed was a touch from Messi as he made his way through.
Oh, not for the first time. One or two Nigerian midfield players just a little bit slow to get back and help out their back four.
Di Maria, he had eyes for goal. And Yema to the rescue for Nigeria.
Hearing from here.
We're going to see more Messi magic. Oh! Hit with authority. Messi might have thought that was going in, but then there was Yema.
There's been a personal duel between these two in the last couple of World Cups. That's a good save.
So people mocked it at the time. And Yema at the ready, he knows what's coming. Messi! And Yema couldn't stop it! Marvellous from Messi! Well, he turned 27 just a day ago, and Lionel Messi has stamped his authority on this first half. A goal early on and a goal late on. Top of the scoring charts here at the 2014 FIFA World Cup. 4 goals for Messi. Scope for Lionel Messi to add to his already impressive haul. Second half begins.
All positive words, I'm sure.
Nigeria at the moment joining Argentina. Oh, it's Musa! He's popped up again! Just like that! In the blink of an eye! 2-2! Troops, and it comes from Messi. Ambrose away, only as far as Di Maria. Well, that's all Onyema could do. Reaching high.
Dealt with the first ball.
Messi with the delivery. There's another one. It's raining goals. Marco Rojo for Argentina. Nigeria will be very disappointed with the concession of that one. A moment of joy for Marcos Rojo. On Brazilian soil in Porto Alegre. Didn't necessarily know it, and Messi's away again. And what a ball that was. Higuain. Nearly. Or it's a draw. It doesn't matter what happens here from the Nigerian point of view. Rojo again. Oh! Narrowly wide. Messi on a hat-trick.
Just did enough, Kenneth Omeruo. It looks like good timing of the run.
For the head of Yobo. There's Ambrose competing for the ball. Oh, it is an opportunity for Mikel.
I hope that was a friendly little...
While guarding that near post. Messi with the corner. Oh, nobody there to put up any resistance. Well, you can't really get away with that with players such as Garay.
I wish John Obi would kill every time he...
Oh, Higuain, what a splendid ball that has ended up being. Is there another goal in Argentina's future? After this match finishes. Ambrose creating space for himself. Wrong side of the post, it took a deflection on its way through.
It's a lovely drag inside. A shot on target, maybe just about. 2-2 goal heroes, if you like, Messi and Musa. Argentina come out on top, and quite deservedly they head the group.
Messi was magnificent. Didn't waste any time, scoring after 3 minutes and then netting again right at the conclusion of the first half. Ahmed Musa didn't do badly either.
A lot of people want us to talk about Argentina. Every time they're like, you know what, guys, we cannot have enough when it comes to Nigeria, Argentina. So we need to still talk about Argentina versus Nigeria. And of course, the best thing to do really is to remember our last game with Argentina, 2014. What a game, Munduka. That a lot of people, and if they watch this, trust me, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be tweeting and reacting and like, we need we need him. The kind of saves he was making. Interestingly, too, another fundamental one. Ahmed Musa is out of sorts for now. Not playing in a club, not a favorite at the national team.
This is true. Yes.
Yet in this film, you are going to see Messi was scoring, he was scoring. It was that hot. What changed?
He's still very, very hot. But the situation that you get to sometimes, and there is no way out because of contractual issues, and maybe lack of good vision and decision affects to the extent that it stays you for some time. The issue here is that I want him to leave Leicester and go to a better place, maybe return back to Russia. But I want him with his speed and his a desire to want to do something, because the World Cup is just about some 5 months from now or 6 months maximum. You understand me? He should go to Germany. You understand me? Where there's so much discipline, there's so much power, there's so much, consistencies in behavioral patterns when you're on the pitch. You understand? Yes, it's the same thing, Kelechi as well. But you cannot remove the ability for them to fulfill the cost to which they're called each time you give them the opportunity for 90 minutes.
And too many players already. How would you feel if you are Genatroa now? I mean, too many names coming up every day. How difficult is it?
It's very, very stressful, and it causes a lot of bothering within the heart. But he's used to this because he's an African, and for a long time he's been around. You understand me? So nothing is new. He knows how to handle this pressure, and he knows what he wants and what he wants to see. Though the time is still very, very, we still have enough time within which the World Cup is coming up. The issue here, there's enough time for him to sit, because there will always be sickness, injuries, and lack of performance and all. So he has time. Yes, he has time.
Okay, we really don't have much time, but about 55 minutes is not enough for us really on this program, but we're going to manage it. What are we going to do now? We're going to track up Ike Ibrahim Shoromu, his colleague. We asked him a very, very interesting question. What is wrong with Nigeria? There used to be, Peso Gedengbe, Emmanuel Okala. We can count them, about 10, 15 of them. And they are competing for the goalkeeping position. Right now, people are even calling Vincent Yama, who is not really, looks like he's not interested. He said he's retired already. And we asked Ike, what is happening? Why are we not producing quality goalkeepers anymore?
The only thing I would say now is that, I mean, life is changing. The quality of we then cannot compare to the one we have now. Because when we talk of quality, then we have a lot of, when we talk of personality, the only goalkeeper that have personality now, I can say only 2 goalkeepers. Talk of the height, I'm the one in national team now. So I would say, the personality is totally different from the one of our own set then. So the one we have now, as life is changing, we have to change with it. And again, to the quality we have now, we just need to talk to them, to improve and do something that's, to get it better. So we can't go back anymore. We're going to move forward. And the forward is what we are doing now. Yeah. So we are thinking of the past of instead of Wilfred, Manuel Okala, Peso Gedengbe, Rufai. They are top goalkeepers with a nice personality. But the one we have now, that's all we can do. We need to use what we have.
Nice to have you back. Briefly.
You can't overflog what he's just said. You've heard it clearly. One thing that I noticed all my football playing days is that playing football is actually different from goalkeeping. And when you're talking about goalkeeping, there are how many amongst the old goalkeepers that Nigeria has produced that has an academy to develop the youth goalkeepers? None. This is it. And in every team, the reason why you take like about 2 or 3 coaches with a physical trainer and a goalkeeper trainer is for this reason, for the players to be able to be developed and for them to come up performing very, very well to the extent of being able to save the teams like Neuer and all. So development.
Okay, there's one issue we are going to really focus on week in, week out. We've done a lot of interviews with a lot of them. We'll continue to do it. A lot of people believe we lost at France 98 because the team was extremely divided. Late Uche Okafor will be here too. We're going to play back what he said. A lot of revelations. And of course, everybody's talking about the man who they said is the biggest mafia in Nigerian football history. Late Stephen Okeshukeshi. He's gone now, may so rest in peace. But we have him on tape and he's going to tell you exactly why people are wrong, according to him, to have been calling him a mafia don. Stephen Okeshukeshi.
You know what? This is something that I've been hearing even when I was a player. Keshi is a mafia. Keshi is a big boss. I can rest off talk to him. We have Rufai, they have Mokachi, they have JJ. These guys are Uchokechuku. It's not true. It's not true. We want to play for our country. There's nothing like mafia in the national team. It's just if they're entitled to something and you don't give it to them, it's just like your kid. You promise your kid, hey, in this term, if you get A, just A, you're your